Tonight, the city of South Fulton is taking a stance against or after the death of Breonna Taylor. Thanks for joining us. I'm TRASON BRAGG. Taylor is the 26-year-old who was killed by Kentucky police back in March when they executed a no-knock warrant, firing multiple rounds into her apartment. CBS 46's BOBETH YATES joins us live with more on the law South Fulton passed, and BOBETH city officials say it was passed to ensure a similar incident doesn't happen in their city, right?
That's right, TRASON. City officials unanimously approved a legislation that would prohibit no-knock warrants in city limits, saying that they're ineffective and in some cases dangerous for both residents and officers.
That's just one of those tools in the belts of law enforcement that hasn't worked really well for either law enforcement.
A no-knock warrant allows law enforcement to force their way into a property without any notification. So no knocking on a door and no ringing a doorbell. The controversial warrants are usually issued so a suspect does not have time to destroy evidence. But South Fulton Councilman Mark Baker, who sponsored the resolution, says there have been cases where a no-knock warrant is issued to the wrong address or a resident thinks their home is being broken into and defends their property. He says that's when things go south very quickly.
We have a 92-year-old woman, Catherine Johnston, in 2006, who was murdered in her home while police were serving a botched no-knock warrant. Baby Boo Boo in Habersham County in Georgia, he was 9 months old when a flashbang grenade went off in his playpen while police were serving a no-knock warrant.
There's also the case of Jamarian Robinson, who was shot more than 75 times during the execution of a no-knock warrant. In a previous interview, his mother spoke about the incident.
After they battle rammed the door open, over 90 rounds were fired at my son. Flashbang grenades were thrown at him, landing on him, burning him. After that, someone walked up the stairs and stood over him and shot down into his body, not 3 times, but 5 times.
Baker says more than 60,000 no-knock warrants are served every year, most of them in African-American communities. And even though the South Fulton County Police Department has not executed any no-knock warrants, the council says they want to make sure they never do.
If we don't do it here, while we're considered by the National League of Cities the blackest city in America, we can't expect for or anticipate it becoming infectious across the country.
Now, Councilmember Baker also adds that John Lewis was a resident of South Fulton and that this Breonna Taylor no-knock warrant law is in the spirit of honoring his fight for injustice or against injustice. Live in Atlanta, BOBETH YATES, CBS 46 News.